Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. Again, two titans are paired up against each other. First decklist should be a familiar face. Tengu plans, familiar with the three Tengus, the hand traps, the warnings, the Solemn Brigade, pot of Evers in the main deck as well. But yeah, access to TG, Hyper Librarian, Brionic, Trishula, you know this plant engine deck. Second decklist we have one of the more recent decks here in this cup, which is ABC. More the rank 4 oriented build, since throughout the history, well, more recent history, this was the more consistent version of ABC. So which deck has the advantage? Well, I don't think I need to explain that ABC has the advantage with, of course, that Dimensional Barrier, the back row, ABC Dragon Buster being such an excellent card. Okay, let's see the first example. Well, the first tool, and I think I should get to start, indeed. I had the option to normal summon Tengu, but again, what would have been my play next turn with this hand, possibly one extra draw, maybe two, thanks to the Maxi, depending on his hand, of course. In this case, I'm going to get a +1 out of the Maxi, and eventually, setting the Typhoon with the Gorse was a safe option, since again, the ABC deck with the Field Spell, the possible back row, etc. But I dropped the Gorse, and my plan is here to go for some extra deck, or at least a Synchro play, and possibly go for a game. Again, his back row consists of Vanity's Emptiness, of the Solemn Brigade and Dimensional Barrier, so no fear for something like Mirror Force. I can just attack for a game. So I lead 1-0 against ABC, at least Tengu plant leads, but as always, the deck that gets to start, especially for ABC, that's quite crucial, and he's able to go for Tsukuyomi, Bujin, Tsukuyomi, but Valor actually does something in this matchup, so prevent my opponent from making the first turn Dragon Buster. Sadly, no Heavy Storm to somewhat equalize the playing field, but I do snipe his back row Solemn Strike indeed. There was no reason to keep the MST, I mean, you know, hitting the strike, the emptiness, the Dimensional Barrier, etc. beforehand. So yeah, eventually go for Leviathan to attack over his monster, but I knew at this point of the duel, I can't come back out of this. He has access to ABC Dragon Buster, which can potentially banish one card during my turn, and of course can tag out for 3 other monsters. Thunder King is excellent in this matchup, but it's just 1 or 2 turns too late. The Tengu is not going to save me here again, tagging out with the Dragon Buster, getting 3 more options here for him, and I eventually just enter the scoop phase. Right, and game number 3, so I have the advantage, I get to start, and I immediately see the Thunder King in my opening hand. I don't need to think about this play. Normal summon the Thunder King, immediately going to warning his Thrasher, since that's definitely an art for the Thunder King, but I want to keep the Thunder King on board. Try to get some damage in with the Spirit Reaper, but maybe this was a reckless play on my part with a 1-for-1. If he has Dimensional Barrier or whatever, or something like Strike to possibly negate a Synchro summon, I'm fine with that, as long as I can keep my Thunder King on board. But again, he had the Maxi for, I believe, the +1 indeed, the Dandelion tokens and the 1-for-1 summon, and that kind of blows. Torrential Tribute again keeps me in the duel. I do top deck into BLS, and I don't think there was any reason to just keep it. Get in with the BLS and try to attack for some nice damage, but he had the Strike. I do have a the Dark Hole in hand, so possibly, maybe if I rip something like Monster Reborn, I could potentially steal the game still, thanks to the Dark Hole and potentially a Monster Reborn. I do draw into a Chaos, but that's not going to get it. Do a Dark Hole the entire field. Okay, he will get like some searches, or 1 search, I believe, off the B. But he still has his field spell, and next turn he has 3 targets for the ABC Dragon Buster. The Chaos can banish one of his cards, but sadly he doesn't get 1000 life points burn. Sadly, no Dark Monster. I do get in and get him at 200 indeed, but yep, ABC Dragon Buster again for free. And now he's able to just attack for a game with everything. So a close matchup in the end, but it's something we definitely expected. ABC eventually winning this matchup with 2-1. But definitely exciting here in this group, very close. Okay, next match should follow soon. Guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.